Hello?
Hi,
Hi, can you see me or hear me?
I can do both.
All right. Is the connection okay?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
Somebody's coming in named JBH. Do you know who that is by chance? Okay. I guess I'll ask. Good afternoon.
Hello,
Hi. Can you tell me what your name is, sir?
Trey Henderson.
Trey Henderson?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Are you Ken Shakin's brother? I think that's his first name.
Correct. I am.
Yeah, I knew we had a big trial with y'all a few years ago. I was trying to remember what it was.
Oh, it was the, with Judge Malberg, it was the Sendera title case.
Yep, that's right. Like, what is the name of that dang thing?
I was the kinder, gentler, quieter Chaikin in the
I know.
courtroom.
I think with Ken, it's hard to be louder than him.
Yes, yes. That's right. I remember, God, it's been, that's already been like 2 years, I think. My goodness.
Yeah, or more, because it might have been longer than that.
Yeah, I think it may have been.
Yeah, I remember Chaikin said that he'd offer me a court reporter job if I ever lost my job. That was pretty funny. Even asked if I wanted to come become a paralegal.
There you go. There you go. It looks like you hadn't needed it. You're still going.
Knock on wood.
You know, the thing I remember about that case is that was a summer trial and it was super hot,
Yeah, yes it was.
kind of like it's getting now.
Uh-huh. Hi, Judge.
Morning. Good afternoon, Ms. Rouse.
Good afternoon.
Is everybody here for, just moved aside the cause number. Everybody here for DC 20-01631, Renee Young versus Bring It On Logistics? Very good. Welcome.
Here for defendant movement, Judge.
Let me take introductions in a minute. I got something I have to cover. Welcome to the 95th District Court. Obviously, we're conducting this proceeding by remote means, but it is still subject to the open courts provisions of the Texas Constitution. We're meeting those in two ways. First of all, I happen to be on the bench. The courtroom is open if anyone from the public wish to be here. There is nobody from the public here, but that is available, and I've put that on the record. Secondly, we are broadcasting this over the court's YouTube channel. Should any of you gentlemen have any interest, the Office of Court Administration maintains a constantly refreshing list of every state court in the state of Texas that is currently broadcasting live on YouTube, and you can go there and click on the link and see any court that happens to be live at that moment. Y'all probably think that'd be boring most of the time, but the public might not. I don't know. That creates certain difficulties, certain issues. There is a prohibition to recording any proceeding in this court unless the court has issued an order authorizing it. I have not issued such an order authorizing it. The parties and the public are prohibited from recording or copying off the recording or copying off the live stream these proceedings. There is one record and one record only that comes out of this court, and that is the record that's maintained by the official court reporter of the 95th District Court, Ms. Rouse. Any questions about that?
None, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Can I have the introductions of the parties?
Trey Henderson for defendant Philemar Energy Services, LLC, the movement.
I'm Rob Chaikin for Renee Young, the plaintiff.
And Mark Huffman, Your Honor, for defendant Bring It On Logistics, LLC, defendant Williams, and defendant Jefferson.
Mr. Huffman, do you have any role to play in this hearing, or are you just here to see what happens between the other two parties?
I'm just here as a spectator today, Your Honor.
Very good. Is this entirely the hearing on the motion for leave to add the alleged responsible third party?
I believe
As far as
so.
I know, Judge.
All right. Well, I've read your pleadings. Mr. Chaikin, I'm going to give you an opportunity to convince me why I shouldn't sign the order authorizing the designation of the responsible third party. So I'm going to put the onus on you.
I might need to hypnotize you instead of convince you. I'm not sure. So the threshold for the designation of a responsible third party is pretty low. And I think these folks went out of their way to to show you some cases and some argument that suggests it's a very, very minimal burden, because there'll be opportunities down the road in the case if you decide to grant the motion to challenge the sufficiency and to make evidentiary challenges. The only argument here really is, Your Honor, is that if you look at what is, I think, before the court, these folks are essentially arguing that they had entered into a separate third-party contract with this other party, this barrel party, and that what they're really arguing here is that the barrel party breached a contract with them. And so, this motion to designate them as a responsible third party, I really think the vocabulary and the designation is a little bit of it's a little misguided. This is really a claim. What they're talking about would really be a claim for a breach of their contract, for indemnification, or arguably contribution. But as it relates to my client, the plaintiff, there is no direct privity in any way. In fact, this is a stranger party to my client, and their only involvement in this situation appears to be an independent third-party contract with Philomar. And so, I don't necessarily have an objection to them joining these folks, making them a party, and asserting their third-party claims for breach of contract or indemnification or contribution. But I think that there's a leap here that's occurring that is essentially saying that these folks are a responsible party as a matter of tort law to my client. And I'm unaware, other than some contract, I'm unaware of any evidence that they pointed to in the case that demonstrates that this barrel party actively actually assumed or attempted to assume or undertake an actual duty so as to make them a responsible third party. Does that make sense, Your Honor?
It totally makes sense. I understand the argument. I also know that they alleged a failure to train, a failure to supervise, and a failure to other things on behalf of the third party. And I know you're arguing the evidence more than I know you're trying. I understand your argument.
Okay, good enough. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to hypnotize you on this one, but that I think really is the argument here. I mean, I think, they may say some magic words, but I think really when you look at the contract that they've attached and you really look at what the parties' relationships are vis-a-vis this injury, I think that's the argument. I just may need to make it another day.
And if we get to trial and it's only an indemnity claim, then we'll address that at charge time or another time before
Understood.
then.
Understood.
All right, I will sign the order authorizing the designation of Barrel Blue Trucking LLC as a responsible third party. And the parties have, that's what I'm still learning my way around the electronics here in the courtroom. Wondering why I can't get back to the main screen, but I just did. So, and by the way, if I'm looking over here, it's not that I'm not paying attention to you. It's the way we're set up here with my laptop here and the computer that has all the documents on the case over here. I am signing the proposed order, and it will be available online probably by Friday, just for what it's worth. Do y'all have anything else to mention before the court?
I don't, Your Honor.
Let me advise you of two things, just generally speaking. I've issued a series of policies and procedures that added 2 dockets that are not customary here in Dallas County. Now I have an 8 o'clock submission docket on Mondays, 8 a.m. There's a litany of things in the policies and procedures that you can put on it. I don't want to hear an evidentiary hearing by submission, but even summary judgments are good. If you've got something that qualifies, file it. Once it's been accepted by the clerk, get it put on the submission docket, and you don't have to appear. Now, if somebody wants a hearing on that, then we'll yank it off and we'll put it on on a hearing docket. The other thing is Tuesday mornings, I'm here as early as 8 o'clock on the bench until my first scheduled hearing. I'm on the bench. You can find out the Zoom meeting ID if you wish, or you can pop into the courtroom. And I'll discuss anything, read orders, something that's not ex parte, something that doesn't require notice, unless both parties want to come down together and just say, hey, we can't, we got to get an answer to this issue. Let's go down on Tuesday morning and find out. I'm open for that. It's the easiest way to make the court accessible despite all the security that goes on in this courtroom or courthouse that unfortunately we have to have now. So when I grew up, we used to just wander the wander the halls behind the courtrooms and could see a judge anytime, and that's just not available anymore. But I'm on the bench on Tuesdays for sure, except for a couple Tuesdays this month when I'm out of town. So please feel free to avail yourself of that. And hopefully by May of next year, we'll be having jury trials and trying them right and left. So y'all have nothing further. You are excused for the day.
Thank you,
you, Judge.
Judge. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Take care. Take care, everybody.
And Ms. Rouse, we're on recess until 3:30.
All righty, I'll see you in a little bit.
Very good. You gonna totally log off?
I was muted, sorry. Yeah,
Are you
I might
gonna-
as well. Well, I don't know. If I just mute it and stop the video, it's fine.
Yeah, all right.
I'll just leave it on. All right, see you in a little
I'll
bit.
do that too. You know what? I'm actually gonna leave. This computer's been struggling today, so
Oh,
might as well
One of them working.
turn off the video for a while.
okay. I'll do it too then.
Oh, you can't. I mean, I don't think it's on your end.
Yeah, but it stops the internet kind of for the whole house, so I'll just.
Yeah, I hear you completely.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit.